night. Yes, pretty hyped up right now. We just did a little pre-flight for the members. So hopefully they've transferred over already. What we're trying to do is figure it out so we can pre-flight on this channel, this same channel, and then switch over from members to general population. So we're trying. So that's what we just did. So right now we're just going to give it a few minutes. Welcome everybody. SFMF Live. It is Wednesday night. Menachem's on it. So right back over. Okay, so we're so back. So we said we're so back. All right.
Is that good enough size?
Oh yeah, that's good. So again, what we're trying to do, and I'm gonna wait. Is it? Will it go already?
This one is great. No one's gone.
Oh.
I don't think.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a few minutes. Randall Knapp. All right, Randall. Thank you, Doc. We're back. Got flashback. Hello, I thought I got banned again. Too soon, Doc. Is it too soon? It's funny. David Bryant's here. All right. So what we did, for those of you who are just joining us now, Adam Neese, what's up, guns? Good to see you. Get it? Jorge, hey. Much love, SFMF family. Much love, Doc. You know that. Lima Charlie, Lay Cookie says. Lima Beans. Menachem, we're Lima Beans. Carl Green says we're 5x5. Ralph Perry, Lay Cookie Charlie. Lima Charlie, Lima Beans.
You know, he said
What we did,
Charlie Hotel. He did say like.
no, he said Lima Beans. What we're just doing is, and what we're going to try to do, add it in there for members. We're going to pre-flight with the members prior to going live with everyone. We just tried one system now from one phone to the other. So obviously we had to close out on one phone and back in on our main video site. Can I hear it? Can I see it? Oh, feel it, yes. So we're just checking out, playing around. We got some time. Jake is here. What's up, Jake? We got some time. We're checking it out. How cool would that be, right, to pre-flight with the members for a little bit? Topics, I discuss what we're going to talk about, kind of get everybody just a little pre-flight. Pre-flight. Okay, I'm old. The meaning of 5x5. Say again, even more? Check 1, 2. Check. Old Jyrene is here. What's up, SFMF-ers? Good to see you, Jyrene. I was there, but no live chat. On the old one, Carl Green? Yeah, he must have just missed it. I'm telling you, it was for about 7 minutes, right? 6, 7 minutes, and we did it just long enough to try and kind of get the feel of it, and then switched over.
Sound is good on this one?
Sound is good, yeah. How about the sound on this one? Are we good? Sound, audio, visual, comm check. 1, 2. Got some haze already. I got some goods already. 5x5. So a couple different meanings for 5x5s, and that was new in do or don't. Oh, still. Yeah. Doc Holliday, all good. Carl Green, pre-flight. JP, lock your body. You better be locked up right now. Sound is good. I didn't see no Hot Rod. Where's Hot Rod at? Hello. What's up? Gunny Rod, good to see you, brother. Always. What's happening? This is good. All good. Okay, now, do you guys know? We know the green name our members. Carl Green is a hammer, and he's got a number 2 crown. Why is that? Did anyone know Carl Green has a number 1 crown and a number 2?
That's the top fans, the upper right button.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it says those are people that have commented the most today so far.
So Carl's, look, he has a blue one and a pink one.
What, pink?
Yes, where it says a crown in number 2 and number 3.
It's purple.
Oh.
It's violet. Purple?
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet. Hello, Rabbi Menachem. Major Pain. Did Silversmith get in touch with you yet, JP? All right, Carl. That's right. That's why Carl Green gets the blue one, because he's a bad mama jamma. All right. Uh-oh. Look at Joshua. Why aren't you green? Josh, you better lock your body. Oktoberfest and Camacho Stogie in hand. Yeah, that's the way to go, old Jyrene. And then now we're going to get some for the next 2 hours. We're going to get some straight motivation. I got some good topics tonight, some good ones. John McJunkin and crew. All right. Good evening, Sergeant Major Cece, Madame Producer, Sergeant Cece, Midshipman 6, rest of the Cece family, and SFMF family. Good evening to everybody, John McJunkin and crew. Look at Kimi Kimi Cocoa Puffs. I'm still right here. Lululemon, where you come from? How you going to just open up and ask a question like that? But welcome. Stay for a little while. We discuss everything here. Like and subscribe and hit the notification button. Hit the bell. Hit all those things that people tell you to hit all the time when you're watching their stuff. All right. For your service. Thank you for saying that. Yo, Grieve, it's going well. Monocam, get in front of the leaning rest. You. David Bryan, hello. Joshua Payne, welcome to level 1. Look at that right off the bat. No one else has said that. What'd you do? Did you do something different? Everybody see what that says? So you just joined? That's what happens when you membership? All right. Thanks, brother. All right, Jared Matthews, do you have any advice for me? My kids are fighting, but now they're seated. Should kids be kept in an upright position immediately after filing to prevent buildup, or will contents? Okay, again, I appreciate a good troll, but I don't even know if is that funny? Is that for real? Is that a real question? And that's if you're trolling, that was horrible. All right, Menachem, tension on deck, new member in the house. That's JP. And he better be locked in the position of tension right now. I tried to tell you, I got out in 2011. Thank you for what you have done. Thank you for your service. You got out in 2011. Appreciate you. I was in 03-17 era. Why'd you get out? How many years you do? And what are you doing now? Because we also talk about transition. So we'd love to be a part of that. No reason for anyone to learn the hard way. We all did. Well, most of us did. Doc says, I remember when I had my first beer. LOL, what movie, producer? What movie's that? I remember when I had my first beer. What movie? Does she look? She's thinking. Shout out from the UK. Welcome, UK. We love having y'all on the show as well. Tawos, are you Irish? I don't think so. It might be a little bit in me. I'm Italian. Might be some kind of Irish blood somewhere, East Coast, Ellis Island type stuff. Maybe. Dang it, I missed the Christian Bell one. Was that funny? Have you been in the Army, Adam? Oy. Are you a troll? Just kidding. Marines. Era. Hit that like button. SFMF fam. That's a direct order from Kimi Kimi Cocoa Puff. So get on it. Get after it. I try to tell you is running a business and talking to other vets, emotional support. Perfect. You're in the right place. Subscribe right now because this is what we do here, and we need more people like you. So appreciate that. Thank you. Gary. Hey, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's what color is that one? You guys see that one?
Teal, like mint green.
That looks green. Okay, I'm good. Look at Mordecai. Hey, bro, let it go. Hurry, I want to talk about that one. How do I? Oh, right here. Wrong way. Mordecai, let it go. Let what go? Next phase of life. I'm a vet, but you got to let it go. Okay, here's good on you. If you've let it go, you grow the beard and all that. Grow it. All you. Do you. If you're comfortable with what you're doing. Because you didn't let it go either because you're here with us and we want you to be here. We want you to get as much out of all of it as you can. And here's my just just hear me out for a second. A pro golfer, been to the Masters, even has a jacket. When he or she retires, should they never play golf again because they retired? Should they let it go? No, of course you're going to continue on and pass the knowledge and teach other people how to golf. So I appreciate you. I really am glad you're here. And let us know what you're doing. What are you doing now? Because that's really what we want to do is help people transition out all the way through, from high school to boot camp, OCS, to active duty, to transitioning from the service to their next career, letting it go. But do you really let it go? And should you? A painter, when he's done painting 1 billion houses, does he never paint again because he retired? Come on. All right. Adam, LOL, I'm not a troll. Trust. But what would happen if you denied an order from a higher up because it was immoral? Did you ever see that happen? Yes, absolutely. I have seen it happen, and moral standards as well. Yes, and every case is different, so we can't go over every single scenario right now. But if it's immoral, I'm not doing it. I don't care who gives me that order, right? If it's immoral or illegal, they ain't doing it. So don't do it. Yes, chew my butt, demote me, whatever you got to do, but I ain't doing nothing illegal or immoral. So do the right thing. Where's Big O? He'll tell you, do the right thing, you can never go wrong. Adam East, that's what you do in retirement. Golf. Being a Marine is a way of life, not a job. Amen. Guns, just really. Even the clothes you wear and the stuff you talk about, when you see another Marine and all that stuff, it just doesn't, you just don't let it go completely. You just don't. All right, look at this. Potluck scavenging. Thank you. Hey, I previously went by the name Hiram Bifidum. Good to see you, brother. Seaside Heights Marine race is in about 2 weeks. It would be surreal if that WCAP Colonel, WCAP, is that Civil Air Patrol? Colonel showed up for the 5K. That guy, meaning Colonel Armis, is extremely fast. We're going to check into all that. Hiram, good to see you. And welcome, and thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's good scoops. All right. Corporal Armis, or Colonel Armis. Armis, is that the same? We're going to check it out. Seaside Heights Marine races in about 2 weeks. Be surreal if I believe Civil Air Patrol, right?
No, world-class athlete program. He just said it.
Oh.
Is Armis the same Armis from?
That's what I saw Armis.
It's spelled different though.
Yeah, I think it's different. We know Armis that we served with in Hawaii, went to combat with. I don't think he spelled the same way. Here, but appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Semper Fi, Mordecai. Right? Good to see you. World Class Athlete Program. Okay, that's WCAP. WCAP. You think I would know it because I'm a world-class athlete, so I should be. I live in Seaside Heights. Casey Haskins, who is a member. Hiram, do you two know each other? Zick Omar, Rocky Fitness Journey. Oh, what's this stream about? Rocky, hang out with us and check it out. All right, look at Lancelot says, Sergeant Major, Semper Fi, brother. I just added the Sergeant Major part. I want y'all both to stay. And there's a street around here called Lancelot. That's what triggered me on that. What's the stream about? I love getting that question, and it usually does come up once or twice throughout. Sometimes I catch it, sometimes I don't. But this is about, right there, Lancelot. There's just something about seeing another Marine brother that makes my day better. God bless you all. That's really what this is all about, just continuing service. I'm out. I'm retired. I'm older. This community is, look at it. Check it out. Go to the description page, and you can see everything you need to see about the page and what exactly it is. And that's what it is, and this is who it's for. Like-minded people, service members, families, patriots, civilians. We got the UK on here. Every now and then we'll get some from somewhere else. hey, from Germany, it doesn't matter. We're here to talk life into each other. All right, we're not. It's just not a place to bitch. We don't talk about politics. We don't do anything crazy. We get some trolls every now and then, and sometimes they're funny. Sometimes we're not. We ain't got time for that because this is all positive stuff, and we just want to continue to serve each other. All right.
Did you happen to see Doc's, I mean, not Doc, Jumpkins, shout out to prayer?
Nope, but I can go back to it because I know how to work this thing now.
Did it? All right.
And look at JP. His wife just asked what URAH means. What does URAH not mean? I can't go that far.
Before tonight's topic, Chaplain Murfield says, let's take at least one quick moment to give thanks to our Lord for all he has and keeps giving us, like our freedom.
Amen. And who said that?
John McJunkins.
Chaps with John McJunkin's crew. A moment of silence, right, for everything that we do have. And I'm telling you, when you older gentlemen, you say, hey, how you doing today? He said, well, I'm up. I'm above ground. So God bless and thank you, Jesus, for that. So I like it.
Javier Alvarez.
I'm sorry, what?
Javier Alvarez. Right above my wife just said.
Yeah, I think, again, I'm trying to get caught up. I've been messing with this button way too much. So, all right. Rocky Fitness Journey. Okay, Javier Alvarez, and I'll get to you, Rocky. Hey, sir, it's Cadet Alvarez from MMA. I just want to say I went to MEPS, and I have my official ship date to Parris Island for the Marine Corps. Awesome, Alvarez. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. Keep us posted. Let us know. Did you say your ship date? Either way, get some at Parris Island. Stay with us until you go. Let us know right before you go so we can kind of track you when you graduate and you become a United States Marine and part of the family. And then we want to continue to watch. So good choice. Congratulations. Yes, I chewed your butt quite a bit throughout that time, but I hope now you realize why. All right, so get after it and keep us posted. All right, we up to date right here? All right. Look at how I say, ain't no one got time for trolls. Again, sometimes they're pretty funny. And I was watching Alvarez. I'm telling you, remember all those things. Just don't repeat some of them on here because it's PG. But I hope you know, again, it was all for the right reason. I was listening to, oh my God, it was like a second. I was listening to Dave Chappelle was talking about a troll interaction that he had. And it was funny. The funniest part was he's a professional. He's a millionaire. He's been doing comedy his entire life since he was 14. That's how I've watched him recently the last couple of times. And he said trolls get to him, right? They get to him right away, and he wants to fight him. He's even been attacked shortly after what's the name, that whole drama with the fake slap of I can't think of any. It was all drama. It was all BS. Chris Rock and that
Will Smith was upset.
Will Smith's dumb butt and that whole, whatever it was. It was funny. It was trolls. There was trolls somewhere involved in that somehow. But just the reaction again, because you know how I feel about trolls. They're not mad at me. They're mad at their father, right? They have a bad life. They have a poor, something is going wrong with their life. That's why they come on. But he entertains them. It's different in stand-up comedy because it's live and they're right there and you have to entertain them. So here it's easy. And I remember him saying, I appreciate a good troll, but you're not one. So that's what I think when I see these ones that get by because the hammers are on it. Carl, Kimi Coco Pops, the producer. I don't see too many of them, if there are. All right, congratulations and welcome to the stream, Ronan Cooper. We got a new, all right, welcome, Ronan. Adam E says, 2 weeks until my 13-year anniversary. I'm telling you, time flies, right? 13 years. Minimum 7 to go. If you get out after 20. We'll see. We'll still be here. Right? Lancelot, love it. Podlick Scavenger. Casey Haskins. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Some were faster than me. They either didn't attempt or they did it faster just to record and brag about it. It's not being a troll to say U.S. service members are dying for Israel. See, and again, that's just, maybe it's not a troll, but just wrong channel, right? We're speaking life into each other. If you have a complaint like that, it's for somewhere else that is doing that type of stuff. Here is just motivation. Look at old Jyrene. The moto never ends. Telling Lancelot, this is what we do. We're motivation. We're not here to make no political stand on any side either way. Straight motivation. Doc Holliday, this stream is about life, respect, service, God. No room for trolls or negativity. We push forward because that's how Marines are built. Strong, faithful, unbreakable. Amen. Doc. I need to screenshot that and put it on the description of the channel or just when people ask. That's it. Appreciate you, Doc. Look at Johnny Law. Yo. Joshua Payne, he gets trolls. If you haven't checked, if you're into real estate, thinking about purchasing a house or something, you need to check out Joshua Payne's page. I get trolls on my channel from time to time, and they know they now become thumbnails and myth squashing segments for future videos. I'm telling you, there could be something in a good troll. Problem is, the ones that slip by that they're just not good. Old Jyrene says, Doc, young people, right there. Message deleted. So Kimi Cocoa Puffs, that was probably an inappropriate run, foul lane, just dumb. We don't need those. All right. Again, language, stay motivated, avoid the birds, old Jyrene. Ryan Cooper has a question. Let's hear it. Ronan Cooper has a question. Let's hear it. I'm ready. Do what you're told and keep moving forward. What was the question? Because Hot Rod, if that's what Hot Rod's telling you, that's it. Number one. Do what you're told, keep moving forward. Loud. Be loud and be fast. That's what you got to do. And I got that straight from Hot Rod. Goal is master guns before 20. That's possible. Absolutely, guns. We're rooting for you. We'll be checking that list. Anderson Ho, here for the motivation and inspiration. It's been a little while. Anderson Ho, good to see you again. Hope everything's going well for you, brother. Good to see you, and thank you very much. Here for the motivation and the inspiration. Speaking of which, double tap, everyone. Look, we got someone from Germany right there. Welcome, Daisy Cutter. Greetings from Germany. Told you. We got the UK, we got Germany, we got people from all over. This is that channel of just straight motivation. So let's get after it. All right. How many press-ups can you do without stopping, says Divine Presence 101. All of them. I could do them all. Really, because I don't know what a press-up is. Is that a push-up? Yeah, same thing. Press-up, push-up. I can do them all. How many can you do? I can do one more than you, Divine Presence. Probably not. You probably smoke me. Is 7 a good number? I think I can do about 7. Anderson, thank you for your support, brother. All right. Carrie Ann Marie Potts is here. What's up? Good to see you. Doc Holliday. What? Let's rock this house, says Doc. Thank you, brother. Look at that big red box. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Doc. Push-ups, yes, Divine Presence. How many can I do without stopping? I don't know. I'll find out after this. I'm guessing about 50 or 60. What's a good number? Tell me what a good number is. David, OCC, Huzio, embassy duty is the way to go. David, Ochuzio, one of my regrets in the Marine Corps, I never had the opportunity to go on embassy duty. I always did. I always wanted to. I always wanted to. Never matched up with deployment schedules, dependent, how many dependents I had, according to what rank I was. I didn't get promoted fast enough, really. That was the problem. But never heard a bad story about embassy duty. Right? There's Marines get in trouble on it here and there, but when don't Marines get in trouble? So good on you. Congratulations. Enjoy it. Take full advantage of whatever 2 duty stations, whatever 2 countries they send you to. And I always hear things about the hardship duty. It turns out to not be such a hardship duty for one reason or another. They take care of you that much more. the pay, your pay increased so much. You can save money, you can do college, get your degree, whatever. Congratulations, and I hope everything works out for you. David, Divine Presence, I didn't hear how many he said. And he says he's heavy. So how many you doing? I missed that part. Rocky Fitness Journey. Even being fat, I can do about 20. All right. Are you fat or you big boned? Because, you know, there are big boned people. Kimi Carl Green. Rock on, Doc. Old Jyrene. Thank you, brother. Another red box. You guys can't.
Orange. It's orange. It's orange. It's orange.
What color are those hearts?
Red. Hearts are red.
They match.
No, they don't. Kimmy, tell 'em.
Thank you, old Jyrene. Appreciate you. Thanks for the red box. They're trying to tell me it's orange. All right, John McJunkin. The OFK crew are awaiting tonight's topics. Ears open, eyeballs click. Ears open, eyeballs click. Here we go. John McJunkin. This is what I want them to start thinking about because you guys always have some great questions. Don't let the hard days win. That's it. That's the topic. Don't let the hard days win. I saw it on a T-shirt in the gym yesterday. I saw some good ones, and I always, sometimes I'll take a picture, sometimes I'll just write it down because I'll forget as soon as I walk away. But this one was good. Don't let the hard times win. And then it gets me on a mindset of, okay, what can we talk to the community about? How can we improve somebody's life? Right? That's it. That's what we do, and that's how we get it out there to continue to serve each other. Don't let the hard days win. Do you have hard days? We all do. And some more than others, and some consistently back to back hard days. You can't let that day win, man. You can't let the day win. Because is there going to be more hard days? Yeah, absolutely. It's what you do. I don't quote a whole lot of people, but Muhammad Ali is one. You don't lose a fight when you get knocked down. You lose a fight if you don't get back up. Period. You're going to get knocked down throughout your life? Oh, yeah, many times. And it's what you do when you get knocked down. How long it takes you to get back up, how you get back up, how you feel when you get back up, right? Starting something new, like Annie Benani, everyone knows she's in college. First time, right? First timer over here. She's in the Corps of Cadets. She's in at ROTC and college, away from home, all those other things. She got sick. She's feeling sick. She got a bee sting. She's allergic to bees, so her knee swelled up. It's just one thing after the other. And tell me you don't think she's had a couple bad days? And how easy would it be to just succumb to it? That's it. I give up. Don't let the bad day win. How you recover from that day is up to you, but don't do it alone. Why in the heck would you choose to do something alone? Annie Benani doesn't. She calls us, right? She talks to her sisters, the other SFMF community, the production team. Some people are quiet. Some people prefer to handle things by themselves. I still, to this day, love to work out alone. But I like being in the gym with other people. I just don't want to do the workout together with somebody. Prefer to work out alone, but I like to be with other people. And that's just that whole community thing of like-minded people doing like-minded things. So, again, Annie Benani, the third week of college, with all those factors in play, and say she got the recruit crud. Just like on the depot, you fit 112 recruits in one squad bay from 52 different states. Just kidding, I know there's only 50. All in one squad bay with all these different germs. Someone's going to get sick. So she's going through that now in week 3. Something else that is a later topic, priority of leadership. These are all things that she could have been told prior to going. Hey, oh yeah, get some cough medicine because chances are you're going to get sick about, I don't know, week 2.5 or 3. That would have been nice to know. Or prior to her going around campus to her classes on the first day. Hey, let me see your schedule. I don't know. I'm a sophomore. I'm a junior. I've been here a couple of years. Let's walk to each one of your classes so you know exactly where to go. Sounds like a leadership thing to me. In fact, put your dress shoes on and kind of break them in a little bit because this is when you're going to be walking, right? Remember, it's cool right now because it's 7 o'clock at night, but when you're going at 10 a.m. tomorrow, it's going to be hot. So be prepared. Do you have an umbrella? Right? Just little things like that. Priorities. Priorities of leadership. I'm saving it, but that's the thought process I want you to think about when you're remembering to don't let the hard days win. Right. The other topic is if your organization or the Marine Corps or whatever branch of service you're in or civilian community and you're rated amongst peers, what happens when you find out that you're not number one? What do you do? Do you complain? Oh, he's biased. Oh, he just likes her better than he likes me because she's this or he's that. Or do you make excuses, or do you find out how I can improve myself so I can be rated number one? Right? And the Marine Corps staffing shows on a fitness report, you would get rated if there's 10 of you. It would say right on there, that reporting senior has to rate you amongst all 10 of you. Well, I find Sergeant Cece number 9 of 10. He really needs to get it together. That's written in your fitness report. I think the ratings they took out, Gunny East. I think they took the ratings out, but all the comments are still there. Lancelot, thank you very much. That is green. I can see clearly that's green. Good evening. May I get a Proctor code? Just kidding. Had to throw a joke out there to relieve good times in my career. Thank you again for everything. I don't know what a Proctor code is, so it would be even funnier if I knew. Is that for the channel? I missed it. Who knows? Lancelot, you have to fill me in. May I get a Proctor code? Just kidding. I had to throw a joke out there and relieve good times in my career. Let us all enjoy it, Lancelot, because I'm really liking your content so far. Huh. Which one? Gunny says ratings and Christmas tree are still there. Ah, okay. So ratings, meaning he rates you like 1 of 10. And the Christmas tree, I do remember the Christmas tree as I was going out. Saw the Christmas tree and what level of that Christmas tree that you were at. Good. Because that's a could be a real kick in the teeth if you think you're killing it because you have some poor leaders who don't counsel you daily and they let you think you are doing everything exactly right until you get your fitness report. And that's what I'd always tell the reporting seniors, gentlemen, that is not a counseling tool. The fitness report is not time to counsel your Marines. You've already have counseled them throughout this deployment. So at the end of this deployment, they're going to know their fitness report should not be a surprise to them. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at there. This is everything we've talked about over the last 8 months, sir. Thank you very much. Boom, sign it. That's how a fitness report counseling should go. You should know. In fact, there are even officers out there that say, why don't you write up some stuff and then I'll edit it and put it in. That's great. Take every advantage of that. When you're helping, especially if it's a big organization where the captain has 30 to write on. Help him out. Help her out. Do the Section I comments and then give it to them. Let them edit it. Right? And if you're going to allow me, if you're going to tell me as an enlisted Marine, go ahead and write up your Section I and I'll take a look at it and, I'll edit it. The best Marine in the world. And here's why. And I'll even lay it out for you. I'll give you numbers. Officers like numbers, right? Trained over 42 billion Marines on how to fire the machine gun. They love numbers. So put it all in there and let him or her take out what they want to take out. All right. Lancelot says, Proctor codes are codes needed to take a test and classes using MarineNet online learning platform. All right. I had a feeling that's what it was about. I was running a joke. It was a running joke to always ask high members of the chain of command for one. They were unicorns. So for everyone's general knowledge, MCI's way back was a booklet you ordered, and it was a big red book, Marine Corps Institute Math for Marines. The test was at the end. You go through each chapter, you fill in a little bubble sheet, and then at the very end, you take the final on paper now and turn it in to your training NCO, and you get credit. 5 MCIs was easy to copy someone's and just copy the end of it and turn it in. So somebody caught on, right? No, these are going to be proctored exams, so we know Marines aren't cheating. We get a proctor code from someone, then we cheat. So I think it still happens a little bit. So good on you. Thanks for bringing it back. Wesley Hashimoto. Brother, you going to the WCDIA reunion. Do we know what that is? West Coast Drill Instructors Association reunion. Put the date and place on there, please, and then I'll let you know. But I don't know about it. We don't do Facebook over here. And I know that's where most information is out. We should. We had Josiah Moreno was just telling us, he showed me something else from the Wounded Warrior Project. You guys need to be on Facebook. Maybe we will. Maybe. I don't know if I'm ready for that drama. This is all the social media I need right here. We'll see, though. But Hashimoto, yes, send the info. All right. 2400, William Hensley. For those of you that don't know, 2400, Devil Dog. John McJunkin. Here we go. September 18 to 21 for the West Coast Drone Instructor Association. Producer, you see that? No, but and I'm also not a part of it. How do I join? Or do I have to join? I got to be a member. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think I may have like 20 years ago. Started to, and I never did though. All right. Let me pull that back down. McJunkin. From John McJunkin's crew, due to a horrific crime involving a Poolee here, we now make sure that we work with the recruiters here and instructors to make sure nobody is running, drilling, PTing alone. Amen and God bless. And so sorry to hear about the horrific crime involving a Poolee. And we did hear. Yes, you did tell us a few weeks ago. So good on you. And head on a swivel, buddy. Battle buddy, wherever you go, no matter what, and it doesn't matter. You can be the biggest, toughest guy in the world. You can also be surprised, right? I don't like to, I'm fine, I'll go by myself. What's the big deal about taking somebody with you or going with you? Strength in numbers, right? It ain't an ego thing, because I think I can take care of myself. I'm pretty confident in my own abilities to take care of myself, but why put myself in that position? Right, I take weapons where I go. I'm always prepared, and I would much rather go with someone than by myself. Told you I like lifting in the gym by myself, but I like to be surrounded by a bunch of people. So don't do it. Wesley, thank you very much, brother. And we are the producer is checking right now. Sorry about my the high school. They tell you rise and inflection of your voice. So sometimes I might overpower your eardrums. I apologize. My EAS, yeah, 831. She's right. Doc Holliday, DI School Class 4. Doc Holliday, Sergeant Major, after seeing those sayings about life and resilience, how do you personally take them, and how have you applied lessons like that throughout your own life and career? Like don't let the hard times win, Doc. I'm assuming you're talking about those. And I told you at the last place I worked at, I would write those. When I would see those sayings, I'd write them on the dry erase board in the gym every day. I'd switch them up every day. Some were leadership, some were physical, some were just some were moto. The leadership at that academy was horrible. And most of those messages were for the leadership. Problem is, they didn't. They would go to the gym, I think, frequently and less because they had a different mission. Their mission was make as much money as I possibly can. Their mission wasn't to get better, to make the academy better in any sense of the fashion. So it was, the messages were missed. It didn't matter because I wanted anyone, if one person would read it and get something out of it, amen. So how have those helped me throughout my career? Those quotes and Bible quotes, I think, guide everything you do, and they should. So when in doubt, when you're depressed, when you have tragedy in your life, the first person you talk to is God. And then even with today's technology, you can just punch in, feeling sad about my grandpa, right? Issues, medical issues, help me pray. And everything's provided for you. So I think, Doc, man, that's quotes and where do you think the stories come from? I wonder. So don't try and do any of this alone. That's why I fully believe in quotes like that. Doc, thanks for asking, brother.
420 Network is celebrating 50 years of standing on yellow blueprints being screamed at. I felt at home at last.
Yes. Where is that? It doesn't go away ever. 420 Bob. Congratulations. 50 years? 50 years ago today? Congratulations. It's awesome. Did they even have yellow footprints 50 years ago? And I don't know when they came out, but somebody had asked that, and we looked it up. I could not find a specific date when they painted those yellow footprints. Either way, how great is that? 50 years. And when was the last time you've been there? Because they've moved them since I've been in. They moved them one time, but still, just the feeling, the smell, the everything, that hearing the drill instructor, seeing the smoky, right, just makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Michael Jones, I see you, brother. Good to see you. How's everything? Michael. Hello to everyone. Dylan McDaniel, era 420. It's nice to know that there's someone else older than me here for a few. David Bryant. You guys are all still young. The only one old is Jared. Where's Jared? Has anybody seen Jared? Who else we missing? Salty Saxy. Where you at, brother? In my experience, this is from Kazarism. Sarcasm. In my experience, Marines are, dang it. I fat fingered it. It's gone. What's your stance? Don't ask me, Shan. Check out the channel for a little while first before you do. Looking back, this is from Doc. Doc says, looking back, what would you say is the most effective way to instill pride and motivation in every Marine, regardless of their starting point? I think most of you have heard the term false motivation. It's usually a derogatory term, and where the birds would talk about motivated Marines. Look at that false motivation. They're freaking high and tight and squared away camis. Look at their freaking posture is so good. God, they're so good at PT, and that false motivation. You just explained an awesome freaking Marine, but in a negative way, and you label it false motivation. That's one type. One, get over yourself. Right? Stop trying to bring down that motivation. Stop trying to break down that motivation. They just might be some motivated freaking Marines. So leave them alone. The other one is you ain't got no motivation whatsoever. So the leader says, hey, just fake it. And I like that one because sometimes that false motivation where you're just miserable, you're in the middle of the desert sweeping sand, I don't know, picking up cigarette butts and you don't even smoke. There's some crappy things that Marines got to do. And to find a way to be falsely motivated about it, make it a competition so you can pick up the most cigarette butts. And then you're going to wrestle. Somehow, some way, it's going to be a Marine competition where the motivation is going to be involved. And you started by faking the motivation, and it turns into real motivation. So I think that's possible. Back to the first one, there's nothing worse than watching somebody try to, remember that equalizer, talk to you guys about all the time. I learned it from the producer. If you're doing well, you shining your, remember I told you that BS. I heard, again, a fellow sergeant major too. Sometimes you just got to worry about yourself. No, wrong answer. Yes, you shine your own boots, if you will. Then you check everyone else's boots, but you got to do the checking part. You can't just square yourself away and hope everybody sees it. No, I want to be just like him, because they won't. People are lazy. So you have to encourage them and help them. You don't sit back and just watch it happen, or sit back and hope it happens. So there's that motivation. You say, ask my Marines all the time, am I motivated every single day? They're like, yes, sir, yes, sir, rah. No, I'm not. But just the fact that you think I am lets me know that I'm doing my job. Right? I used to always ask them, do you think the colonel and I get along? Yes, sir. Yes, you guys are great. Yes, sir. No, I wouldn't tell them that. That's right. That's a little bit of false motivation, that I want them to believe that the colonel and I get along because that's my job. Right? Especially my last organization, the colonel there made some stupid decisions. Horrible. I wouldn't let the cadets know, because we would just make it happen. But that poor leadership is not going to be, they figure that out on their own. They watch, they see, and everybody knows. But it's not my responsibility to let them know that. We're going to complete this mission. Mission accomplishment number 1, even when you have poor leadership. So,
A John McJunkin question.
John McJunkin.
We have a request by some parents of Poolees here who are leaving next week, would like to know how best for them to cope with the actions of their young sons and daughters.
All right, John McJunkin's crew, because it is the end of summer, so some shippers. There are some shippers going out, and Poolee parents are wondering, oh my God, how do we deal with that? Here's a quick, easy answer, John McJunkin. You got to take some heat on this one. You're going to take some heat on this one for me. Parents, you got to suck it up. Let it go. Right? That's the easy answer. But I'm going to follow it up because I'm a nice guy. And I'm a dad. So I had a family member go to boot camp. And yes, when my daughter went, it wasn't as tough as I'm portraying myself to be now. So it's tough. You're going to be worried about them. So two different emotions are going to go through. Super proud. Awesome. You know they made the right decision. You can't wait till they're going to be a United States Marine. They're going to have bragging rights for the rest of their life. But they're also going to be gone for 3 months. You're not going to be able to talk to them, especially ones who have never left the house before. Did USMC Cece travel much before that? No. She was in JRTC with her. So we spent almost every day together, especially the last 4 years of her life. And then all of a sudden she's off to boot camp. Someone else is going to take care of her over thousands of miles away from me. So there is that anxiety. You're going to have that, oh my God, is he okay tonight? Is he okay tonight? I hope he's okay. Hope he's not hurt. I'm hoping. Because you can hear from, you'll get that initial phone call, moms, where it's going to be just like this. Hello, I've made it to Parris Island, Marine Corps Crew Depot, Parris Island. It's written down so they don't mess it up like I just did. I'm safe. I'm sound. I made it here safe. I'll write you when I can. Don't send any packages. Goodbye for now. Boom. That's it. And even hearing that from my own daughter, knowing it was going to happen, and I know the stress that they're going through already. I can picture the whole thing. She's reading it off. She's holding the phone and reading a script that still stressed me out. They're in good hands. They're in good hands. They're 3 hots in a cot. They're getting enough sleep. They're getting enough food. They're making head calls when they need to make head calls. But they are being stripped down of everything that they knew for the past 18 years of their life. And that's for a reason. They chose the very best. The Marine Corps is arguably the best branch of service, and they're going to be taken care of. Goes for all of them. But the Marine Corps is the toughest. So are there reasons to be worried? Sure. Are they going to purposely let something happen to your son or daughter? Nope. And they're going to turn them into a United States Marine. Hopefully you've done your part in letting them know, where's Gunny Rod? Be loud and move fast. Do exactly what you're told when you're told. Those are the things that you should already have been telling your son or daughter before they go. And if they're on the channel, if they know anyone from, you've been with John McJunkin and crew, they're going to be fine. Kimi. No news is good news. I like that. That's a good one too. And that's moms, just so you know, if there is an emergency, you'll be the first one to be notified by somewhere on the depot. You'll hear it. So no news is good news. And give your son or daughter, give them time. Don't stress them out about writing to you. Just write to them as much as you possibly can. If you receive in 3 months, if you receive 2 letters, 3 letters, that's enough. That's plenty because they got things to worry about. No news is good news, Doc. I like that. From Randall Knapp. Parents, child shipping off to boot camp, pray, hope, and don't worry. Also write often and don't ask questions. We miss you. We miss your son. Can't wait till you're a Marine. Congratulations. Great decision. All motivation, all positive stuff. Excuse me. If there's something that bad happened at home, don't tell them till they come home, right? Dog runs away, flood, whatever it is, don't give them anything negative to think about. Let them focus on just graduating boot camp. David Bryant says, do you think we can get Menachem to open up in prayer? If he's willing, just a thought. Menachem, 100%. Brother, this will give you some good practice. If you would like to start opening up in prayer, I'm down. Producers down. I like it. Yeah, it might be a tough day today. Menachem, if you are here, brother, and if you're not, we understand why. But I like it, David Bryant. Good on you. We never promised you anything. Earn it or you won't respect it. I love it. We didn't promise you a rose garden, right? You gotta make it happen. Captain Bob said, these young Marines need to learn the history of the Marine Corps. I'm with you, Captain Bob. Even before going to boot camp, the more you know before you go, the better off you'll be. Doc says, sending your Poolees to boot camp is tough, but staying connected with other parents can really help. Facebook groups dedicated daily updates and support give you a community to lean on every step of the way. That's what we're learning right now, even in college with Annie Benani. It really does help because, excuse me, there's times you're going to feel like you're the only one going through the stress. I guarantee you, you're not. That's what we tell Annie Benani. There's 1,700 other kids that are going through the same thing she's going through. So you just got to talk about it. I like that. What everybody looking at me for? I plan on going in for the 1st Air Wing Division under VMM 268 Red Dragons. I'm 16. Okay, well, you don't get to pick. It's just like, I like your motivation. You may end up at VMM 268, but first you got to graduate boot camp, be a Marine, get your MOS 16. Good on you. And you can. You'll end up at that unit sooner or later. Get rid of that. Please, thank you. No more Rose Garden in 2nd Battalion. Rose Garden. Yeah. I know the song. Yes, Lynette Anderson. That's so old school Randall Knapp. The parents used to listen to that one. Loved it though. Yes, David Bryant and Randall, you guys are old. No more. Marine Corps birthplace, Ton Tavern, 1775, Captain Bob. I think I put him away. Yes, sir. Hopefully I will. Love your videos. Thank you, Matthew Cook. Appreciate you, brother. And like and subscribe. Double tap everyone if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Tap the notification and the bell and all that stuff. Wesley Hashimoto. Oh, PCP. Physical conditioning platoon is when the recruit fails the initial strength test. They're not in training platoon, and all they do is PT until they can pass the IST. Facts. Or some of us called it pork chop platoon. But they will. If they go to boot camp, those of you getting ready to ship your young Marines off, all these Poolees, physically fit and mentally tough. You don't want them to start out in a negative light already. So they got to not only pass the IST, but you want them to kind of kill it, right? It's nothing negative towards them. No target on your back whatsoever. But if they do fail it, yes, they'll be dropped back to PCP, physical conditioning platoon. If they hurt themselves, they'll be in a MRP, medical rehab platoon. Thank you. So be ready, be aware, and be ready. Every challenge they endure. Matthew Cook, I've been working hard. I lost 40 pounds in just a summer alone. Love the Corps and feel proud to be a Peaks View Young Marine. You're in the right spot then. Young Marines are JROTC. Peak Views Young Marine Program. That's awesome. Stay with them for as long as you can, right? You can do it up until you're 18. I think Young Marines, you can be all the way up to 18 or until you ship off to boot camp, obviously. So good on you and your instructors for they're obviously motivating you enough to stay. Hopefully you got a big program. Jay Bradburn, Bob says, we still had Quonset huts. I felt like Gomer Pyle. So, yeah, the old Quonset hut. The only ones I ever worked out of or lived in were in Camp Wilson, 29 Palms. And I think there's still a lot of them out there. They don't use them now. They have the A-frames, a little bit of both. There's still a couple Quonset huts. There's like 6 at MCRD San Diego still. Relics, historic. John McJunkin. Poolee parent number 1 asks, Sergeant Major, thank you for your service. As a former drill instructor yourself, can you assure me that my baby boy won't ever be physically abused, disciplined, and trained? Yes. So, of course, I can't guarantee any of that. That if there shouldn't be no physical abuse, verbal or physical abuse, period. It is unacceptable, and if anyone does it or gets caught doing it, will be punished to the full extent of the law. So can anyone guarantee you that? No, because just like in any organization, there's bad cops, right? There's bad firemen, there's bad politicians, there's bad people everywhere. But the majority, I'm very, very confident that your boy is not going to get physically or verbally abused. Very confident. I would never put my name where I guarantee. Nobody would. But I got to believe that, again, and even those of you, there's people on here that my drill instructor used to beat the crap out of me. I don't know how true that is. I think drill instructors have abused recruits before in the past. I think and it's clear, right? And you hear stories, and where do the stories come from, I wonder. So it does happen. I don't think you need to worry about it today. And if it does happen, if you hear anything from your Poolee, your Marine after they graduate, by all means, get it out there because it's wrong and it should not happen. Right? I get physical with the recruits as a drill instructor, and there's times that you move them around, you manhandle them. It's because you're making a United States Marine. So will they get handled like that? Will they be talked to? Are curse words are they gonna hear curse words? Yes, 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 and yes. And that's to make them part of the world's finest fighting force. So ain't no kit gloves, which I never understood that saying, but they're not going to be babied, right? They're going to be treated like basically trained Marines. So you should want them to be right? Even Annie Benani was talking about, well, I'm going to get yelled at in my room. And says, good, because you're on your way to go to Officer Candidate School to become a Marine officer. So I want you to endure the hardest training possible until you get there. So that's what you should want from drill instructors today. Yes, take my boy. I did my best with him. He's a good young man. Strip him down and make him a basically trained Marine. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take some undoing of some stuff to redo. So we strip them down, right? That's why we don't say I. They take that personalization out of everything. This recruit, these recruits. first step, as simple as that is, that's huge. I never say I. That's the problem with leaders today. They use words like I and me. Again, my last organization, can't say it enough. Selfish leaders. And they just get in the way. Move them, get them out of the way. Let some leaders take over a position like that. A president of an academy needs to be an unselfish leader. All right, Todd Duvall. Awesome. Yes, sir. Twice in the same week. Just checking in. Hope you're all well. Keep up the great. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, it was an odd week. It was because Sunday was family day, right? At the SFMF household. We had some family and friends over, barbecued. So we took Sunday off, moved it to Monday, and it's already Wednesday. So, yes, thank you, brother. Thank you for your support, Todd Duvall. Appreciate you. Todd, you're the man, right? Has boot camp become weaker, says Jay Bradburn? No. In my opinion, my professional opinion, no. And it never has. Is it different than it was in the 60s? Ask old Jyrene. 70s, 80s, even? Yes. Was it different when I went through as a recruit to when I was a drill instructor? Yes. It continuously evolves. The rules, the SOP doesn't change. You can't punch a recruit in the face. You can't butt stroke them. You can't call them foul language names. And butt stroke is with the rifle, and you're teaching rifle movements, the butt of the weapon, boom. Because you hear that loud. I got my drill instructor used to butt stroke me every night. No, one butt stroke would knock some teeth out. And so drill instructors get physical with you. So hand-to-hand combat. I used to love combat hits time as a drill instructor because that's when you got to demonstrate on the recruits and thrash the crap out of them legally because you're teaching them how to do it. Tough love. Is Alvarez still on here? Some tough love. Your recruit is going to receive some tough love, and you shouldn't want it any other way. Worry? Sure. You'd be a little worried. I'm still worried about Annie Benani. Is in college. Corps of Cadets and ROTC, and I'm not worried. I'm worried about her. So, yeah, because I love her. So you're going to be worried, but know that it's for all the right reasons. Let me see this. Someone else. Pulley parent number 2 says, Sergeant Major, as a dad, you can tell the instructors to make my son's time there as rough and tough as humanly possible. I want him to be a Marine, not a crybaby college kid. So, yes and no. And I want to hit this. I just saw Fouled Anchor. One is here, Semper Fi brother. But he received it, so that doesn't necessarily mean he's here. Thank you, Randall. Randall, obviously you did. You purchased some more memberships. And we remind me to talk about later what we did with the members prior to this show tonight. So somebody hit me up on that. And good night, Hot Rod. If you're out, got to head out. SFMF, stay frosty, family. Good to see you, Hot Rod. Always, brother. And we'll see you again soon. Talk later. Be safe. Be aggressive, but be safe. Dad, let me go back to Dad's question about he wants the drill instructors to give his son just a little extra motivation around. Realistically, Dad, if I'm a drill instructor and I get a letter saying, could you thrash my boy a little more than you do everyone else? No would be my answer to you because I'm going to thrash the crap out of every single one of them. Right? No, I don't discriminate. I'm going to thrash them all equally as much because I don't want one is not going to get more of my time than the others. If your son is particularly a mess up, he might just earn his own little extra time with me. But trust me when I tell you, and any other drill instructors here, I think I can speak for you on this one. You don't need to tell me to thrash your son a little harder. The ones who need it or the ones who deserve it are going to get it. But it is funny. So if you do want to write it on a letter on the outside of an envelope would be pretty funny. Hey, drill sergeant, and make it real disrespectful. My son says you're not that tough. Could you thrash him a little more for me? Things like that. Funny, right? Don't go overboard. And now you're wasting time, and it's not gonna. Just a little motivation, right? So No, the drill instructors aren't going to single any one person out. My daughter went through, and when I was a sergeant major, and her drill instructors knew I was a drill instructor and a sergeant major and a Marine and all that. I don't think they gave her.
On the low for a while.
We did. We kept on the low for as long as we possibly could. We didn't invite any of that information, but obviously the word gets around. Do you think they thrashed her more? Where's USMC Cece at? Did they thrash you more once they found out?
I think that was because she was locked down.
Yeah, and that too. She was beast mode, so she already knew. She was a JROTC cadet for 4 years, so she knew. She was in color guard. She can drill, PT, uniforms. I mean, she pretty much knew it all. So that was the conversation I had with her drill instructors on graduation day. They're like, "Really, Sergeant Major? What did you expect us to do with her? We did best we could." So, fair, firm, and consistent. Duke Lopez, right there. That's it. Again, just know that your son is going to receive the same motivation as all the rest. Right there. If you want your son to get it more, I won't say not nice. I gained 52 pounds in boot camp. Damn. You must have been on the quarter deck the whole time, Bob. I gained some weight. I don't remember how many, 10 or 12 pounds, though. I gained some weight also. Muscle mass. I gained muscle from being thrashed so much. Send cookies. That's how you'll get your son thrashed. You send cookies, brownies, some perfume-scented stuff. Yes, you can do that. Without even talking to the drill instructor, you can get your son thrashed a little more. Bradburn, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. M. Lance, how much do you like crayons? Love them. We all, every Marine on here. Green used to be my favorite. Red, I go back and forth. The red ones taste like blood. Army don't know nothing about that. Green, Marine Corps green. Army tries to take our olive drab, but that's Marine Corps green. David Bryant, did Mrs. Cece serve? She's still serving, brother, right now. She serves every day. Every day. Cheers, Dylan. Let me see, Doc Holliday. All right, as a Marine dad, expect the drill instructor to push your recruit harder than you ever could because strength is forged in challenge and character is built in the fight. So I wondered about that too, Doc. Well said, brother. If I were to be like my own kid's drill instructor, because I was my daughter's JROTC instructor, and it wasn't hard only because she was squared away, literally. And the partner I worked with, who was an officer, a colonel, so I told him, look, so I don't want to be a part of anything related to her promotions, her time off, her billet, her positions, nothing that would seem biased. So it made it easy for me. I didn't get involved in any of that stuff, and she still earned what she got. And of course, there's some haters. Oh, it's because your dad's the sergeant major. That's why. No, it's because I can out PT you, right? I'm better at drill than you. So it was easy. It was easy and fun because if she was a bird, then it would be hard. Anderson Ho, getting IT'd every day, better PFT score, right? So there is all for a reason. Being IT'd is not just because the drill instructors hate you. It's because they're making you better. They ain't breaking you, they're making you. Duke Lopez, I got red crayon tattooed on my forearm. That's awesome. And man, what a backfire the crayon thing is for whatever Army dog thought of it, crayon eating Marines, because just like Marines with everything else, they embraced it. And now there's Marine crayon T-shirts. There's CREs, crayons ready to eat. It's a whole phenomenon. So although the Army tries to use that as a dig on Marines, of course, Marines are, again, fanatical about being Marines, and we turned it into something awesome. Duke, we didn't have crayons. This is something new to me. So again, where's Duke at? It is new. It's fairly new. I'm thinking 10 years. Has the crayon thing been around longer than 10 years? I don't think so. Maybe 8 years. I don't know. If anyone knows. And the premise is Marines just shut up and color, right? You do what you're told kind of thing. That's where I thought that came from, shut up and color. But why they try to use it as a dig, right? Army's easy, Air Force, right? All the other services, it's easy to bag on them. There's not a whole lot you can bag on a Marine about. So that was a reaching the whole crayon thing. But again, I don't know. All right. Doc says, Sergeant Major and producer Madam producer did not raise chicklets. Get some error. Prayers up, Menachem. Kimi, did he come on? Did Menachem come back?
No, he said my grandfather isn't sedated anymore, but he's still
Intubated. Intubated.
We hope that he won't need to be intubated in the future.
Awesome. Okay. Tracking Menachem and prayers up. And if you are listening, that's what I think it was David Bryant recommended. If you want to open up in prayer, again, you let us know when and if. But we're praying. Oh, can you? Oh yeah. Producer says she can add a phone call. You can even do it voice activated. Yeah. Okay. Think about it, Menachem. I got a CRE flask for my birthday. Cran ready to eat flask. That's awesome. I'm telling you, man. I know the Army guys. Whoever thought of that crayon thing is just pissed. Damn Marines. They always make the best out of everything. And the crayon one is funny. I like it. Let's see. I can only see the bottom of, is that John McJunkins? I only know it's him because it's all bold. But I remember.
Holy Parent 3, come and get it too.
Yes. On the mic. Get on the mic.
I don't need the mic. What's she doing? Why is she loud? Sergeant Major, I'm the dad who told my son not to let them take your cross or Bible from you, but I remember you told him they would give it back after boot camp. God bless you.
Awesome. Yeah. And again, I'm positive that's a fact. In fact, all this stuff, no one's gonna steal anything from here. I remember when I did I did a short on that about what happens to your gear as soon as you get there. There were some though. Some of the comments were like, "Man, I don't remember ever getting that back. I never saw that bag again." Ours was in a box. The day we stripped it all down and put the new cameras on, put it in a box, taped it up, put our name on it, and didn't see it again. We didn't see it for 3 months, and we got it the night before. I want to maybe in the 60s and 70s that those bags may have disappeared, but they're gonna get, especially today, they're gonna get everything they went there with. It's going to get taken away, put in a bag or a box, but they'll get it all back. And again, he'll be able to get a cross and a Bible at church. The first Sunday they're allowed to go to church. Prayers are up for you, Menachem, for your grandpa. We're all here for you. We got your back. Praise God says, got a question for you. I'm thinking about going to a recruiting detail for my first shore duty. Can you name the pros and cons of being a recruiter? Okay, recruiter, just so you know, that's a B billet. That's special duty. You have to be, I think, at least a corporal to go to recruiting school. Sergeant for sure. But I don't know. And here's the limited scope of recruiting I can give you from what I've seen as a recruiter assistant, just over the decades of working with Marines and knowing Marine recruiters. I was never actively a Marine recruiter. And then, of course, dealing with my daughter going in the Marine Corps. You cannot just say, I want to join and be a recruiter from my first shore duty. So it sounds like you're Navy, first of all. Right? If you are Navy and that's what you're asking, should you be a recruiter? Here's my opinion on it. I wanted to do both. I wanted to be a drill instructor and a drill instructor first, and then I wanted to be a recruiter. Again, it never worked out. There wasn't enough time period for me to do all the things I wanted to do as a Marine. Did most of them, but some of them did. MSG and recruiter. Recruiter was definitely was a second pick for me because I had to be a drill instructor first. So I say especially if you have that mindset and you want to do it, because 80% of recruiters are non-volunteers. They're voluntold. So it doesn't always work out when you're told to do something you don't want to do. So if you want to do it, I highly recommend you put in for it right now. Again, I don't know what branch of service, where you are, how long you've been in, what you've done already, but I highly recommend it. If you want to do it, definitely put in for it. Good on you, though.
Do you want me to read Sherry's or?
Yes. Whose? Sherry Williams.
You saw it?
Willis.
You saw
Sherry
it?
Willis.
You see it?
Yes.
Okay.
But I want you to say it.
6 inches or less.
Sherry Willis says, Semper Fi, sir. I worked at the USO and I made sure that all the recruiters got a little care package, as they're always the ones that get forgotten.
So, very cool. Sherry Willis. I worked with the USO and I made sure that all of the recruiters got little care packages. They're always ones that get forgotten. The recruiters always get forgotten.
Sounds so much better when you're on the mic.
They're the behind the scene guys and girls, men and women that I'm telling you, and they get a bad rap from drill instructors. So thank you, Sherry, for taking care of the recruiters, because we forget to thank them. Drill instructors forget to. The individuals, they get so caught up and they made it through boot camp, they're onto their, they go home on leave and they're going to their, forget the person that made it all happen for you. Can you find another recruiter? Sure. Are you going to get in? But the amount of work and the hours that recruiters put in, thank you, Sherry. Appreciate that. And shout out to all the recruiters out there. I've bad talked some as a drill instructor when I get this kid who can't do a single pull up. And he says, well, the recruiter told me, don't say anything else. Just get on the pull up bar. I'm going to make you a Marine. So hats off to all the recruiters. And Sherry, thank you for taking care of them. Pushing paper. It's a lot of paper, Vic, that they got to push to get a individual into the Marine Corps. Doc Holliday, Lord, please watch over Grandpa Menachem, granting him strength, peace, and comfort each and every day. Thank you, Doc. God bless Grandpa Menachem. We all got you, Menachem. You know that. We're here for you. Prayers up from everyone here at the OKC, OFK. Thank you and your granddad, Menachem. There's never enough time. The needs of the Corps. David Bryant. Menachem in prayers. Tell you, all my friends will pray for you and your grandfather from Jake Awesome. Jake Awesome, all we need prayer. Sherry Willis. I went from Joint Base Lewis. This is from Sherry Wilson. Willis, I keep saying that. Sherry Willis. I went from Joint Base Lewis McCord all the way to Yakima, Washington. And with the islands, I would go for Bremerton and Bangor. Also served at both airports at Joint Base Lewis McCord. Bangor, Maine. Is that where it was? Because the best USO visit I've ever had was in Bangor, Maine, coming back from Desert Storm. Amazing. You don't look old enough for that, Sherry Willis, but that was the East Coast one, Bangor, Maine. Oh, Lewis McCord. I don't know where the Air Force bases are. But good on you, Sherry. Thank you so much. Bob said, after my second enlistment, I was offered recruiting duty, and I said, pass. It's just not for everyone, I tell you that. Praise God. Says, Roger that. Thank you for the advice. I've been in the Navy as an equipment operator for almost 7 years. Then even more, praise God. Highly recommend you go recruiting now. With 7 years of experience, definitely, I recommend you go. Good night, brother. Semper Fi for life. Duke Lopez, Semper Fi, brother. DIs are out of a job without recruiters. Facts. Carl Green. Got it. And look at that. Mike Laycook. Teal. Is that Teal? Member for 6 months. Level 1. He's got a different color star now. What color is the star?
Yellow.
6 month member. Look at Laycookie. Guess him, brother. Those of you that don't know, Laycookie, ANCmetalworks.com. Right behind me, you see the American flag. Is a light shining on it? And the SFMF Semper Fi, my friend, round Eagle Globe and Anchor, special custom. ANCmetalworks.com. Go on there, special order you your own metalworks today. Better know business. Thanks, brother. And 6 month member, thank you so much for your support. Jeff Farr still wants to join so bad. We can help you. I hope. Stay on the channel. Let us know. Don't mean to be political, says old Jyrene, but let's all pray for a Marine. Winsome Sears, Virginia, needs her. All of us. Prayers up. So just so you know, when we pray before we eat, the Cece family, the SFMF-ers here, the production team, we pray every time our first meal of the day and typically dinner when we all eat together. And we take turns praying. Primarily it's myself, but we share, and I have the girls. I call them out every now and they do it. And it's interesting to see that I would never tell any of them what to pray for or even how to pray. You're just talking to God, right? There's not a wrong way to pray. And I love it when they pray for other people. They pray for our troops overseas, our president, just whoever they feel that needs prayer. So that's what made me think of that. And was that old Jyrene that said that? Pray for everyone. And that's, yeah, all prayers for a Marine. Winsome Sears, Virginia, needs her. So prayers up for all. And it's just, I'm telling you, it's pretty heartwarming to hear. Right? I'm praying not just for our family and friends that we pay for, but anyone and everyone. All right. Jeff Farr says, sir, can you still join with a dislocated shoulder? I would take you, but I'm not MEPS. So you need to go to the medical at MEPS and find out if they can, the severity of it. Obviously, it's located now, but how bad is it? Is this something that's going to affect the rest of your career? If it is, then probably not. They're not going to take you unless you're 100% because they don't want you to be a liability. All right. Kimi.
What?
Sherry Willis, just like and subscribe. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you so much. And again, Bangor, Washington. And that's why the producer corrected me. I was thinking Bangor, Maine, East Coast, and she knew you were talking West Coast. So thank you very much. And you're 54. That's very young.
Scroll on down to Adam East.
To who? Adam East says, we need some guests on this show again. I guess I'll take leave. Come on out. Let's go. Gunny Ease. How great would that be? Let's freaking Joe. All right. Guns. Let's in the description has our phone number or our email. Let's make this happen. And that goes for anybody. That goes for all of you. And during the barbecue this past weekend, if either of those two gentlemen are on, their families, the Big O and Josiah, we didn't. I'm telling you, we want guests on the show all the time, but we also want to chill and sit back and relax and not make it about us. So
We want to respect their time.
respect your time and your privacy and all that. So next time, though, Josiah and Big O, next time you're at the house, you're getting on camera. We gave you that. We gave you the relaxing one, but we always do. We want anybody that wants to come on the channel. We definitely want you. And believe it or not, there's some people that just don't. Right? Like everyone says, we need more SFMF on the street. It took us and drill instructors of all people. I had to go through about 8 or 10 of them. Right? It was Kimi Cocoa Puffs and I. We had to kind of convince a couple people to get on the show. Right, so not everybody is just ready, willing, and fired up. And even another one I did, and we're still editing his video. At the end, he's like,
Waiting for him to say it's okay.
maybe not posted. That's what we're waiting for. I don't think he'll get in touch again. Look at M. Lance. My birthday is November 10th. So is mine. And everybody on here. Our Marine Corps birthday is November 10th. Good on you, Lance. Then you obviously are a Marine. If not, you have to join the Marine Corps because that's a sign from Chesty Puller and God right there that your birthday is on November 10th. Look at that from Kimi Cocoa Puffs. Sherry, welcome to the SFMF family. Appreciate your support always. And again, thanks for what you do for service members all across the world and the West Coast.
John McJunkin popped up again
McJunkin.
to the bottom.
Let's see. I see a whole bunch before that. Is there any? Adam East, I love having 2 birthdays. Me too. All right. John McJunkin, Poolee parent number 4 says, Sergeant Major, I know my son will be okay in boot camp because you probably trained my son's drone instructors, or at least those who train them. Well, thank you very much. You know what, and you're probably not wrong. In a roundabout way, I've probably had something to do with the training that your son is receiving right now, and it's a pretty cool feeling, actually. And I'm not the only one. Obviously, you need Marine on here somehow, some way. So I appreciate that. That's a huge compliment. And you're right. He's going to be just fine. That is cool. Chuck, 55, Navy, retired. That's what I'm guessing. Chief, you must be. It looks like it. And Lance, I want to join because it's been my dream since I was 7. How old are you now, Lance? You got to let us know. But you got to be a Marine. With the birthday of November 10th, you got to be a Marine. Bradburn, good night, Semper Fi. Brother, thanks for hanging out with us, Jay, and come back Sunday. Today's Wednesday. We'll be back on Sunday. Sundays and Wednesdays lives where that's going to be our new, well, it's not a new battle rhythm, but we're going to try and stick to that battle rhythm for a while. And you members, those of you with the green names, members, I'll tell you what we did right before the show tonight was, hold on, Sherry Willis, that was the name of my dog, Chesty. Awesome. What we did for a little while, those you OGs and members, and we're trying to figure out a way to do it on one camera so we can have a member pre-flight. Now, pre-flight depends on, well, it'd just be a whole lot easier and they wouldn't have to do anything but just still be there. So if it's not possible to do, switch from just members to everybody. Either way, we're going to pre-flight before we kick it off. Just kind of talk about the topic. There's still one more that we haven't talked about. I can see the clock. We still have some time to get to it, but pre-flight a little bit with members, and then once the top of the hour hits, go live with everybody. So if you're thinking about becoming a member, and some of you, Doc, Randall has gifted a whole bunch of memberships. Some of you may have just received one out of nowhere. That's from all the OGs on here have been, because you can purchase memberships for other people. So thank you guys for doing that. All right. Look, Bryce, what did the Marine call the cow? That's funny, no? That it was. Okay, and Lance, I'm going to be 12 this year. All right, so you still got some time. Lance, hang out. Ask the right questions. More you know before you go. At 12 years old, you got some time. You got 6 years to be the best recruit in the world. So good on you. Keep getting after it. David Bryant, born on June 14th, Army birthday. Had a birthday while in boot camp. Thrashed all day. It used to be the best. I would look at every cycle. I would look at the whole roster, 89 recruits. I'd look where they're from, their age, their height and weight, and their birthday, because I would have a special birthday present for them ready. If they had a birthday within those 13 weeks, they were getting a special birthday gift from me. Sherry Willis says, I feel so safe and protected in this chat. We got your back. Excuse me. We got your back 100%. Even from the very few trolls. Have we had a lot of trolls tonight? Yeah, about average. Right? We got some hammers. Carl, producer, Kimi Cocoa Puffs. We got some. So you don't see any of that crap in here for too long. Yeah. Give them a chance to redeem themselves if they're not too dumb. All right. All right, me? Oh. Pulley parent number 5 asks, Sergeant Major, would it be out of order for a mom to give us to... Okay, you guys just did a whole bunch of stuff and it disappeared.
Sorry.
Look, Bryce, he turned out to be an idiot.
Turned out. I told you, he's not funny.
Look, Bryce, go somewhere else.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's done. Okay.
Well, he can still watch, so he just can't comment.
Well, not if I try to.
Look, Bryce, no, leave him on there. Word of advice. Go away. All right. Pulley parent number 5 asks, Sergeant Major, would it be out of order for a mom to give UG to my son's drill instructor? Is that something or is that a typo?
I don't know.
Give something to my son's drill instructor on graduation.
Give a hug to my son's drill instructor on his graduation from boot camp.
Yeah,
Or
if
is that not allowed?
no, if that's it says UG, but we're assuming you mean hug. Would it be okay for a mom to give a hug to my son's drill instructor on graduation from boot camp? Yes, it is allowed. Definitely give them a hug and thank them for their. And some drill instructors might feel a little weird about it first. Might have to be a church hug, right? A little off to the side hug that we just kind of recently learned about. But 100%, give them a hug. Dad, give them a bro hug. Bring them, and because again, what they've done, what they're going to do with your son or daughter for the next 13 weeks, they deserve a hug, 100%, and it is allowed. Yeah, there's no PDA in uniform and all that, but you're given a heartfelt thank you very much hug. So yes, do it, go for it. All right, all right. Yeah. And if they have a problem, yes, direct them to the channel, and they can take it up with me. I got your back. All right, M. Lance, welcome to level 1. All right, M. Lance, good on you, brother. Thank you. Now, save the rest of your money. Randall Knapp, M. Lance Grant, sounds like you may have a calling. You may ask your parents to look into Devil Pups or Junior Marines. Good on you, Randall Knapp. And if you're high school, you're 12, so you're 8th grade, 9th. As soon as you get to high school, definitely check out a school that has JROTC. But Young Marines, Devil Pups, Civil Air Patrol, any of those programs. Lance. Thanks, Randall. Adam East, yes, a hug. I got it. I figured it out. Lance is in Boy Scouts. Good on you. Continue that all the way up. I never realized what a huge honor it is to make it all the way through Boy Scouts to Eagle Scouts, and the small percentage of young Americans that make it all the way up there. And I've known some. I met some. I've been to their ceremonies. It's pretty amazing. So good on you, Lance. Keep it up. I don't know, Stephen Chow. We don't do politics here too much, but I don't know enough about it. What? Which one? Oh, all right. So, and the last, priorities of work is the other one I wrote down. Another topic, and this is, again, everyday stuff that goes on is really two things. Let me back up. Success is because of leadership. Failure is because of leadership. So your priorities as a leader are up to you. What you prioritize as a leader of an organization, a squad leader. You can, from the CEO, COO, whatever, from a president of a school, whatever your leadership realm is, where does it start and how do you prioritize things? For instance, do you know, have you been through, if it's, say it's in some kind of customer service, right? Like the hospital, here I'll use a hospital. In the emergency room at this hospital in Hawaii, Tripler Army Medical Center. Great hospital. We've used it often. In the emergency room, part of you read it, I mean, it's a gigantic poster of things to expect while in the emergency room. And like point number 3, right off the bat says, plan to be here for 4+ hours. So it clearly happens enough that you're going to be there 4+ hours, right? Why is really the question, if you already know. So it's a leadership issue, if you ask me. And sure enough, it does take 4 hours or more. But has someone in that chain of command, I talk about this quite a bit, undercover boss. Has anyone ever have bosses actually done undercover boss? So the process to go through the emergency room and check in and you sit down, and is it the room temperature of the waiting room, the TVs, just all those little things that you can walk through as a boss and say, yep, well, look, they got a TV and they got books for little kids and magazines for the parents. The waiting room was good. That's a boss, because he's just doing the things and checking and checking the box. So what bosses do. A leader would prioritize that room. Crap. The average wait time in our emergency room is 4 hours. What can we do as a leader? What can I do as a leader to make that 4 hours? We'll work on the 4 hours, getting it down to 2 hours. That's next. But what can I do immediately to make their stay, those 4 hours, the best possible 4 hours? Let me do it as ones. And I'll get in some scrubs or a different uniform and civilian clothes and check in. I want to be treated by your average everyday customer, service member that goes into this hospital emergency room at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. Let me go through that process and see does this waiting room really make sense? Right? Don't walk through on a Thursday evening or during the middle of the day. It looks great in there. Temperatures, that's not when people go to the emergency room. So, leader, go through the process that you expect everyone else to go through. You got to have passion. You got to be a leader, not a boss. So your priorities right away off the bat are wrong. Some of the stuff that Annie Benanni's going through right now, again, I talked about in the beginning of the show. Where are her leaders' priorities? Right? These are fellow cadets. They just happen to be upperclassmen. And it's a design that way. They've been doing it for over 100 years. They know what they're doing. But sometimes their bosses need to turn into leaders and go through that process with them. All right, you're freshmen, get after it. You got to suck it up. Remember, we did that, and there's times that you certainly do have to just suck it up because it's going to suck. You got to embrace it and go through it. But also, I'm going to take off my boss hat and put on my leadership hat and say just this. Okay, tomorrow's going to suck. We're going to run a PFT tomorrow, and it was a long weekend. You probably aren't prepared for it. I'm going to show you the route. Let's go through. All of you, or all the brand new fish, walk with me. It's Monday night. We're going to run it Tuesday morning. Here's where we're going to do the planks. Here's where we're going to do the pull-ups. And here is the run route. We're going to walk and talk the entire run route right now, just so you know there's no doubt in anyone's mind. That's a leader putting your troops as your priority. Not when the boss just comes out and says, all right, tomorrow's a PFT, make sure you're ready. That's a boss. We have way too many bosses out here. Right? Be a leader. That's how my last boss was, just that, a boss. Even the first immediate boss was just a boss. Do what I say, not what I do. Right? That's how and Marines, these were Marine leaders who, again, my expectations were I was going to be working with fellow Marines, Marine Corps leadership, combat leadership. I don't even know the combat experience of these guys, because it wasn't evident at all from my immediate supervisors. Zero leadership all the way up to the top of the chain of command. So there's a point where as a leader, you have to prioritize. There are times to be a boss. Don't get me wrong. There's that authoritarian type leadership is necessary at times. But if you're a good leader, you'll know when to distinguish between those two times. So how do you prioritize your leadership? Are you just a boss? Are you just the priorities of work is mission accomplishment? Right? That's a fact. That's what Marines are taught. Priorities of work, mission accomplishment, troop welfare. And you and every single Marine on here knows that if you take care of your troops, they're going to accomplish the mission. So yes, they go hand in hand. You look at Marine Corps doctrine, mission accomplishment is number one. Troop welfare, although it is second, it's just as important as the mission. Leaders forget that. The mission is number one. Forget about the troops. I told you, I had asked my boss, told my boss one time, morale's low. I don't care about morale. You kidding me? That's everything. That's how your mission gets accomplished, by those with that high morale. So poor leadership. Watch out for it. All right, Vuigo. Hello, not a Marine, but enjoying listening. Thank you, Vuigo. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. And that's the beauty of this channel. It's not just for Marines, it's for everybody. So like and subscribe, brother. Vuigo. Am I saying that right? Gimme Cocoa Puffs. Telling you right now, that's an order from her. Hit the like button, y'all. Let me see what above that. What above Viego says. All right. And Lance, good night, Marines. Have a good night, Lance. Appreciate you. Stay hungry, right? You got plenty of time. Stay motivated. Stay hungry. Hello, brothers and sisters. Good evening, Sergeant Major. Semper Fi, brother Howard. Sunny days. Okay. Okay. Watching from Dubai. Again, I'm telling you, we got people all over the country in on this. David Bryant, welcome. We learn together and help others. Randall Knapp, I'm telling you this, for those who are just seem to be coming on right now, it is a wide variety of topics here. We talk about boot camp, basic training, and although each boot camp is different, the mindset has got to be the same no matter what branch of service you're joining. You got to be physically fit. You got to be mentally tough. Period. Again, as much as we bag on each other in that inter-service rivalry, that's great. You have to be physically fit and mentally tough. Yes, even the Air Force. It's just going to make that experience that much better. Yes, the other services, they have their phone throughout basic training. Different. They're all different because our missions are different. So nobody does it wrong. They just do it different. So physically fit and mentally tough. Yes, you have to be the physically fittest and the mentally toughest if you are going to join the Marines. Facts. And then throughout your career, after basic training, after your MOS school, your infantry training, again, all services, then you go on to your first duty station. That's where leadership really starts to take hold of not just you honing your leadership skills. That's when you get to observe leadership. So again, what this channel is all about, building that community of like-minded people, helping each other, helping you succeed, making sure you don't have to learn things the hard way. We're going to help you avoid the issues so you can just kick it right off. Education. We talk about living on base, off base, relationships, all those things that a lot of us older generation didn't think about from day one. We're just trying to make it every single day. But you need to be planning. Last week, or on Sunday, we talked about goals, having short-term goals, long-term goals. And as those goals mature, as you reach those goals, graduate boot camp, guided squad leader, boom, did it. Now what? Graduate my MCT, my infantry training, top 5%, right? And you know yourself better than anyone else. My first duty station, get promoted within a year after being there, going up for a meritorious promotion board, getting first class on my PFT, CFT, rifle range, get to the pistol. All those are goals that the only people that are going to be able to help you with that is those leaders that you see the difference between the boss and the leader. Annie Benani's deciphering all that right now at A&M, at the Corps Cadets, which ones are bossing her around and which ones are leading. You need both. A good leader will be able to do both. Persuasive type leadership. Hey, let's pick up these cigarette butts. Authoritarian type. Get right now and pick up those cigarette butts. Lead by example. This is what you got to do. Cigarette butts stink. They're nasty. Wear some gloves. Get some tongs, something. But the mission needs to be complete, right? Don't tell anybody to do things that you don't want to ever. I never wanted to pick up a cigarette butt, but I had to. And when it came time to direct people to do that, to get underneath the bleachers and pick, you kidding me? I don't know, maybe not as bad as it was way back then when us older generation grew up, smoking was common. There was cigarettes in MREs. That was before my time, though. I ain't that old. That was before my time. So those times where the difference between a boss and a leader really come out. And those are ones that you would follow into a enemy position because they're leaders, not just bosses. All right, John McJungan. Cadet Ski asks, Sergeant Major, I heard you served in the Gulf War. So did my dad. 4 years ago, he died from a form of blood cancer. Do you have any symptoms yourself? First of all, sorry to hear about that from your dad. God bless him. Hope he's resting in power, brother, and resting in peace. I heard about it, all the Desert Storm stuff, symptoms. No, I haven't had any, knock on wood, haven't had any symptoms of any of that, but I have heard of your dad's not the only one. And man, that's horrible. The Vietnam era, Agent Orange, all those things. I think I told you about one time about I took every single pill and shot that they ever offered to me because I didn't know and I was worried. But man, again, sorry to hear. Form of blood cancer, and it did. It just horrible it happened. But my point is, I was a fire team leader, and one of my fire team members, about 6-8 months into it, he came up with a bag of medication, pills, like a Ziploc baggie. He never took a single pill. And shots, he was able to get out of it somehow and say, oh, I already got it, time for me to move on. And so here we are, two different individuals, same place, right? It's in the same exact, spilling the same blood and the same mud for 9.5 months. I took every single pill and medication and shot and everything they told me to take, drink, whatever. He took none of it. Both of us healthy as far as I know it to this day. I haven't talked to him in maybe about 10 years now. But nothing happened to either one of us. Will something later? I don't. You never know. We didn't know. That's why real, I don't know what the word is for, I don't like taking any medication. None. Now, I don't want anything foreign in my body that I don't know enough about. So it far few in between before I'll just allow somebody to stick me with something. My kids as well. So you got to protect yourself. Thanks for sharing. And again, hope your pops is resting in peace. Lay Cookie. So, I mean, did you think you might learn the ability to adjust your thoughts and actions on the fly better by not going into something knowing so much? So much info available to everyone now on the internet. Wow, great thought process. Lay Cookie. That's why I swear to you, I was just thinking about this as a drill instructor, thinking about this the other day, what the drill instructors are receiving now in recruits is my point. So when I was a drill instructor, it was before cell phones and computers. In fact, we received the first computer in the duty hut, and it was that, it was one of those. We didn't know how to use one guy. Luckily, one of our drill instructors was IT already mindset, and he kind of figured it out for the rest of us. So, point being, what the recruits knew about the Marine Corps in boot camp was just what the recruiters told them, what family members told them. They couldn't watch it on TV. They couldn't watch it on their phone. They couldn't Google. They couldn't YouTube boot camp yesterday. So their knowledge was of recruit training, the more you know before you go, was a whole lot less then than it is today. If any of you go to boot camp with not knowing what to expect, that's your own damn fault, because there's so much available for them, Lay Cookie, on GTS. Google that stuff instantly. A little bit of what's the problem with today's society, because that same reason, they want instant gratification. They don't have to, who has looked in a dictionary on how to spell a word? Nobody. These kids today don't even know what a dictionary is. You just ask Siri, how do you spell this word? Spell check now. Spell check. And when they do write an actual letter, we used to have recruits cadets, write letters atrocious because they don't have to spell anything on their own. That's why when I would make assignments in JROTC, the first question they would ask, does spelling count? Yes, it's and stupid question. Of course, spelling counts 100% of the time. Right? You spell something wrong as an adult in a newsletter or something, yes, you're going to be judge you right away. Idiot, especially with spell check. And there's no way in hell you should put out anything with the spelling check to include texts, and emails. So, different. Boot camp was a lot harder back then. No, I don't think that's the issue. I don't think boot camp is any harder. The level of hard in boot camp depends solely on your drill instructor team. And it starts with the company commander, and the first sergeant. What kind of team are they? And what they allow, what they don't allow, how much do they lead and how much do they boss? So from company to company, the level of hard in boot camp changes, right? Battalion to battalion, and era to era, coast to coast. It's all hard. What makes it a little harder than others, I'm telling you, as a sergeant team, I was a sergeant senior. I think I had some of the hardest drill instructors on the depot at the time, right? Sergeant Barrett, Sergeant Bryant. These guys were just killers and intense, 24/7 intense. That's what makes DI duty or their experience in boot camp hard. Not the rules. SOP hasn't changed. SOP is still the same. You still can't do those things, and you still 4 times you can touch a recruit, right? Safety, position, uniform, get his attention, whatever it is. That hasn't changed. How your drill instructors interpret that, and do they boss or do they lead? Are they trying to make you a better Marine, or are they just trying to get through this cycle? Right? And that's what happens with the last place I worked at the school. They were just trying to get through the year. Just get through the year. Just get through the year. Not making anything or anyone better. Poor leadership. Those are just bosses, right? The president of the school fail. Every single year got worse and worse. No one's leading. You need to lead and not just boss. So back to Lake Cookie's question. That's great. Do I think it has affected or affects today's leaders? Yes. But if they do it right, it could be in a positive way. The producer's on her phone a lot. Guess what she's doing? Learning, making herself smarter, doing research. She'll come out of nowhere with some stuff that's just packed with information, right? Annie Benani School, all of a sudden, she knows more about the school than all of us because she's not just flipping through funny videos. Every now and then you'll hear a giggle, and that's her moment away from kind of just a little relief and watch something funny. And then she shares that, but back to research. How many kids do that? I told you what Annie Benani did on her free time on her phone. Of course, some funny TikToks and all that with everything else. But then she was watching drill, her self-drill, her unit drill. She still watches it today, and she's not even on that drill team anymore. So it depends on what they do, Lay Cookie. Depends on what they do with today's technology. They do it right. Keep up with grandma and grandpa, and you send pictures, and you know what I mean? As long as you're doing things that will benefit you, make you bigger, better, stronger, faster, make you 1% better every day, then get after it. Don't waste your life away on nonsense. JP, you know it, man. Sometimes I get on a little bit of a roll. All right. We are getting ready to pop smoke, index, pop a flare. That's Howard Talton, right? Got to hit 100 likes. First missed producer, 100 likes. Are we at 100 likes? Let's go. Double tap, everyone, right now. Do me a favor, double tap, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, check the notifications, all that stuff that you're supposed to do. We still have merch. I know I don't push merch like I supposed to, like I should. It's not the premise of the show, but we do have merch. It is getting cold. We got some hoodies, right? Depending on what you're thinking, what you got coming up. The green monsters, the keychains, right? We got it all. So let us know. Let us know what you want. Got to hit 100 likes. What do we got? Can anybody, where you at on the likes? 90 something. Let's go. Just got a low power alert. Old Gyrene. Oh, I didn't even check my power in a little while either. Yeah. JP, just put the kids down. Shh, everybody, shh, don't wake them babies up. This one, you and your wife need to go to sleep right now. Get as much rest as you can. It's not time for you know what. Nope, go to sleep. That's why you're in this position you're in. Click the like button, folks, from Carl Green. Thanks, Carl. Ditto, David. Just got a low power alert. Great show tonight. Thank you, old Gyrene. Appreciate you. And we are going to wrap this baby up. UK lady, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Right here, John McJunkin. It's getting cool at night in Virginia. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in Virginia. Kimi Cocoa Puffs. Where is it cold right now? I want to go there. Adam East just said it's getting cool at night in Virginia. Good. That's where we want to be because it's hot. Green. Carl Green. 6 more. All we need is 6 more likes. Let's go. Get after it. John McJunkin. Cadet Molinari asks. You got to let me know, McJunkin, how close am I on some of these names? If you were the commander-in-chief or the commandant, what things would you implement or change to better the Corps? You're lucky you asked this now. 'Cause how much time y'all got? Do we need a? I got list after list after list. Molinari. First one is accountability. I can easily put some of the buzzwords that are even going around right now. Accountability. There'd be a lot of leaders being fired. They're really weird. No, I take it back. I wouldn't have to fire them, but get on board with leadership. Right? Everything we just talked about. If you're a boss and you can't lead, time to just step aside for a little bit till you learn leadership. Holding leaders accountable. That needs to absolutely happen. Easy for me to say on the outside. Merit-based promotion system. The best Marine for the job is going to get promoted. Period. I would not give a damn about anything political correctness. How many white women do we have as in E9? And none of those stats would matter because I would have the best Marine in the highest billets. Period. The luxury of not knowing what I know in this position here, you don't need to know any of that. You just will. It would take. Could it happen overnight? Yeah, on a lot of it. And you would know that for a fact that the Marines that got promoted were being promoted for the right reasons, right? I was watching Charlie Kirk. I am a fan. He was saying something about a certain type of promotion system where you don't see the individual. Somebody know what that's called? Producer maybe? Blind promotions or something, or because none of that other stuff matters. Age, race, all that stuff, gender. None of that stuff matters. So that'd be another change I would make. And then again, dead weight. I would clear out all the dead weight, people holding up jobs, promotions. Anything over 20 years would get certainly looked at. I wouldn't leave any. See this in the civilian community too. Again, in my last job, well, we don't want to fire him, so we'll just create a position for him and call it this so we can, because we're friends and I don't want to fire him. Wrong answer, because everyone below him or her is suffering. And the organization, the mission is failing. That's exactly what this organization has done. Just keep people in place with old, outdated, unrealistic thought processes, right? Just they should have been here 29 years, where you've been 28 years too long. Time for you to move on. So there would be a lot of just accountability. But great question, and I do have a lot. Merit-based, right there, JP. Merit-based everything. Don't care about any of the other circumstances, right? Your history, your billets, right? And I get it. Some people are groomed. We got to make sure he works here and then here and then here and then here and all these places so he can. Nope, I don't give a darn about any of that stuff. next sergeant major of the Marine Corps better be goddamn hardcore, ready to go, has done some things in his past, proven toughness, accountability, hardcore, can speak at a family fun day picnic and in Congress just as well. Can go for run a marathon and also go on a fishing trip with his staff NCOs. Got to be able to do all those things. Speak to a group of women just as confidently and powerful as you could to 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines getting ready to deploy into Afghanistan on an enemy strong point. That's who should be the sergeant major of the Marine Corps, not where he or she had been before or what nationality he or she was, or none of that stuff matters. Right now, today, this is who we need as our commandant. This is who we need as our sergeant major. And that's for every single infantry unit or every single battalion, regiment, every leadership position. Not, well, it's about time we had a female. Well, we need a black sergeant. We don't need anything but the best person for the job across the board. All right. Yeah. That was one of those tangents I got on it. Look at Kimi Cocoa Puff said, 100 likes. Wow. Woo. Thanks, SFMF family. Thank you all. Absolutely. Good night, David Bryan. Hey, Echo 94. Cover the whole state for work, often up in Nova Old Gyrene. Thank you all. I'm telling you, this has been another great, awesome show. We'll see you again soon. Semper Fi, my friends, and God bless.